What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are painting the Golf C10 pickup and we're going to show you my progress. This is not a how-to video. There are some things in here that I tried super differently, I had no experience with, so I want to try it out first. So this is not any how-to video, this is just me painting this body. So right now what I'm doing is I'm priming the body black. This is black primer. This is actually Rust-Oleum primer, so just keep that in mind. But I decanned it and using my airbrush because the airbrush makes it much more thinner and makes it better and it comes out easier. So right now, like I said, we're doing a harsh reach is first, and yes, we are priming the body black. I did 2 coats. I only showed you 1 coat because really you can't really see a difference between this coat and the second coat. So showing you 1 coat, but I did 2 coats, and then we'll go ahead and show you my next step when we do the rust paint job. Okay, so the primer is done. I'm going to dry for about an hour, hour and a half, and now we're going to go ahead and put on some heavy chipping. Now what you want to do is get your weathering done on the black. So I did use black pigments from N.Y.S on top of the black, kind of give it that rust black look. And yes, we are using heavy chipping. This is new for me. I never used this stuff, and I was thinking using salt, but I figured I had this stuff in my stash for about, or in my stash, my paint bin for about a year and a half, almost 2 years probably. I was too afraid to use it, but I figured just pull the trigger, just use it. And this stuff is pretty cool. Now this is heavy chipping. The heavy chipping is really thick stuff. As you can see, it is coming out of my airbrush and it is passing on its body pretty thick. And there is a light chipping also N.Y.S makes, so I'm assuming light chipping is much thinner and it will be, you know, not as aggressive. But since this is heavy chipping, this stuff is thick. So I thought I was put on super thick, and it said do not thin it. Obviously this is airbrush ready stuff, so I did not thin it. I had no idea what I was doing. I thought I was going to ruin the body, but it actually didn't. This is how it's supposed to be. So this is acrylic base paint, what the chipping is. So if this is acrylic base, that means you do want to use acrylic base paint on top of it. So that's my next color, which I'm using the blue, and you do want to use acrylic paint on top of this because this is going to affect the acrylic paint. If you use any kind of lacquer paint, it's not going to do the effect. But the primer or whatever you want the rust to be, you do want to use lacquer because you are going to have to deal with some water, and you don't want that to affect your rust in any color you have underneath it. So pretty cool. Okay, so I let it dry for about 2 to 3 hours because it's pretty thick stuff, and now we're using the new Ammo by Meg Copa color. This is their Golf Blue, and again, this is acrylic paint. So the chipping effect, like I mentioned, it is acrylic, and this is acrylic paint. So you do want to use acrylic paint on top of the chipping effect so it can affect the color that you do want to have the chipping effect on. And I only did 1 coat on this. This color covered way too well. I never had a cover this good before. So this is literally one coat. I put on one coat. I was thinking of doing 2 coats, but I don't think there's no need for it. So I did 1 coat of this stuff and it covered beautifully. I never had a cover this good before. So yeah, we're gonna let this dry, or let this cover up, and then we'll let it dry. And then I did take some pictures of me doing the chipping effect. Again, I did not do any how-to video because I had no idea what I was doing with this stuff whatsoever. So let it dry for about an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours, because this paint dries pretty fast. It's a acrylic base, and yeah, it looks pretty good. Like I said, this is 1 coat, and it covers super good. And especially with the shipping effect, I think 1 coat is more enough. If you are going for perfect color, then of course you want to do 3 coats if you're doing 2K clear. Now this is how we do the chipping. So you want to use any kind of water. Tap water is perfect. And you want to soak the base. So basically you get a bunch of water on the color, and it's going to affect the chipping effect. It's going to activate it, and then this is what it comes out to be, and it looks so cool. I never had this before. It looks way better than any kind of salt method I use. So what it does, it affects the chipping effect, and it just activates it. And use a really thick or fine, not fine, but really hard bristle paintbrush to actually scrape, and it gets rid of the paint. And you can use a toothpick or whatever exactly what you want to use, and just get some scratches on there, but it looks pretty good. So I did that, and we're doing the orange right now. I did the golf orange on the bumpers, and again I did the same chipping effect on these parts as well. Okay, so I let it all dry for about an hour to 2 hours, make sure it's completely dry, and we're gonna go ahead and put on 1 coat of 2K Klear. Now I want 2K Klear is because I want this finish to be smooth as possible. I don't want it shiny whatsoever, so 2K Klear is make a filler kinda, because it's kind of thick stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and put on 1 coat, just kind of fill in the bubbles and fill in the gaps and stuff, so it's a nice smooth finish. And make sure you do put on at least a clear coat, any kind of clear coat. It doesn't matter if it's gloss, flat, or semi-gloss. You do want to put on some kind of acrylic base, or not acrylic, but like lacquer base finish on top of the chipping effect, because it's going to stop the chipping from down the road. So if you do accidentally hit it, it still will chip if you don't put any kind of protective peel or any kind of finish on top. So make sure you do put on some kind of finish, and it will stop the chipping whatsoever. Alrighty, I let it dry for about 48 hours, but the 2K Klear dry, and I went ahead and just dry sanded. I used 400 grit sandpaper, or 600 grit sandpaper, my bad, on top of the clear coat, and give it that flat finish. And then we went ahead and use some of the Tamiya flat finish. It is TS80, and it gave us that flat look. And look how good it looks. This looks amazing. It looks really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next video, I'll catch you guys next time. And again, probably next time I use this shipping effect, we'll definitely do a how-to video. But take it easy, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and until next video, we'll catch you guys next time.